Alright, well I thought I'd take it out for a spin in the E2 running in the engine at the moment, and we seem to be caught in loads of traffic, so it's a bit of a bugger. Hopefully we're going to come to the end of this soon, and I can to road, so you have that lovely view down that bonnet. We've done nearly 400 miles, 367 miles I think we've done now, so trying to get up to 400 miles, and then we've got 100 more to do, and we can dump the oil and change the oil and filter, and then put some more miles on it, but higher revs, so we can open them up a bit. Probably going to open them up a bit more, maybe sort of 3,500 to 4,000 revs, do that to 1,000 miles, and I'm going to dump the oil again and new oil filter, and then really open it up and start exploring the full potential of the engine. But it's all running nicely. The carburetors I seem to have got dialed in about right, it's ticking over nice. Water pressures, water temperature others is good, that holds in the normal parameters. Tick over 800 revs, we're just a fraction under 40 psi oil pressure, so that's good. It's all charging well. Brakes feel good. It hasn't been used a lot, so I thought they might be a bit wooden maybe, but they feel okay. Just starting to open them up a bit. At the moment we're just stuck in this blasted traffic, and I think it's roadworks just down the road, so quite a nice area of Kent down this 21. It's a bit busy, as you can probably imagine. You can see at the moment. We're going to take a detour off the A21, the top end of Lewis, not Lewis, what am I talking about, Lamberhurst, and then go down the Bayham Straits into a little place called Bellevue Green. So that's a nice little road down there. So I'm going to switch you off for a second until we get out of this traffic, then I'll be with you again. Right, we've got for the traffic lights. As you can see, there's loads of traffic coming in the opposite direction, going south down towards Hastings. So I'm glad I'm not going that direction. So we're going to go down the A21 a bit further now. So I'm going to turn off just before you get to Lamberhurst, and then turn off again to go down the Bayham Straight. So a bit more nicer road, open them up a little bit. Just under 50 miles an hour. We're on 2,000 revs. It's fairly high geared, this E-Type. I think it's got a 331 rear diff. It's not the highest, the lowest rather. They've done a 354, but that's for the American market. What I may do at some point is put a higher gear ratio in the back diff rather than doing the gearbox. I had thought about putting a 5-speed manual box in this. It's got the 4-speed, original 4-speed manual box. I do like to keep my cars as original as possible, but it would be nicer to be a little bit longer legged. So it's something I may be doing in the future, is to get the rear IRS unit out of here, and then get the diff out of that, have that rebuilt with a higher ratio gear in it, which should drop the revs down a few hundred revs when you're on motorway speed, just to make the motorway a little bit more relaxed. Right, so we're at the top end of Lamberhurst now. There's a nice little pub up here actually, we'll be going past it. Oh, it's too early for one though. There's something going on there, building. And then very shortly we'll be going down the Bayham Straits, which is a lovely road. Suits this car really nicely as well. Traffic this time of day, you think it'd be clearer, wouldn't you really? Little speed hump. Cars car's not actually too bad on the speed hump. There's a half sensible bit of clearance underneath the car. Here we go to the top of Lamberhurst. Lamberhurst quarters down there to the left. Straight over, down towards the Bayham Straits. Another nice pub there, just outside Lamberhurst Vineyard, because there used to be the Lamberhurst Vineyards there, which I think is closed down, which is such a shame. They used to do some really good wine there. I have heard they may be developing it, which would be an absolute travesty if it had. They keep banging on about climate change, but they're building over green spaces. You know, surely that's no good for climate change, is it? Anyway, won't get into the politics at the moment, we'll just enjoy the drive. So, nip down here, a little bit quick, do 35, we should be doing 30. Just knock that down a bit. Handles quite nicely into bends. This is actually, I know it's an old car, but suspension systems on these were set up pretty well. And they don't weigh a lot, so you don't get a lot of body roll on them. The tyres are okay, they're 185, so you've got a decent traction patch on the road. But going into these corners, the car's lovely. And I'm not pushing at the moment because I think we're still in lower speed through here. It's in the 30s. Right. 50 miles an hour, so we can open them up. So we're doing 2,000 revs. I'll drop down in third. Go into the bend in third gear. I'm not pushing it at all. It's so easy to drive in and out of these bends. Give it a little bit of squirt. Absolutely beautiful, loads of power there. These are great engines, they love to rev, and this one is no exception. Another nice pub there, Elephant's Head. So once again we're in a 40, which is annoying. 40 mile an hour, and this is 1800 revs. 50 there, so we're going to open up a bit. And like this bit of road here, you've got this really ridiculous gully on your left, and if not careful you will go into it, it actually pulls the car into it, and it can sort of be a little bit scary. No need for any braking around here, it's well capable of handling that corner. 45. Now we've got the national speed limit, we can open up again. If the cars in front do the same, we'll open up a bit. So, what are we doing now? So we're 53 mile an hour, 2400 revs. Wants to go more. We can safely do 3.5 hours without worrying about overstressing the engine as it's running in. Much better now with modern oils as well. We don't have to worry quite so much about your rev. It's more for the glazing of the boards you have to worry about. And these are new liners in this car. The engine's been completely rebuilt. Amazing V12 engine rebuilder called Brian Ball. Probably the best in the country actually. He's done a fantastic job with this car. Really has. Really pleased. Going down to 50 again. Dropping it down slightly. 2400 revs. See what I mean about it's been a nice road. Really good roads for driving. I've come down here with motorbike as well, which is lovely. Oh, of course, within the legal speed limits. Of course. With speed, wouldn't we? No. Well, I just want to open it up. It wants to go. I'll tell you what I have just realised. I was getting a bit of holding back, so I'll be, say, balancing the throttle at sort of 40, 50, 60 mile an hour, and then the engine would hold back a bit like you're lifting off the throttle. Now what I thought that might have been is the non-return valve in the fuel line, which goes back to the tank. That was messing around a bit. I've cleaned it out, put it all back together, because the petrol pump kept ticking when it was just on ignition on not running, and it should actually stop. So that suggests that the spring in the non-return valve has got a bit weak and it's letting a bit of petrol bypass out. So when the petrol's going into that near side carbs, if it's releasing petrol before the pressure's built up, then it's going to start the carburetor and start the fuel. And I think that's what it has done, because I've just realised that I took the non-return valve back out, cleaned it out again, and I just stretched that spring a little and seated the ball bearing back in, put it back together, connected back up to the fuel lines, and I've had none of that holding it back at all now. So yes, it definitely seems like that was the problem. I'll see how it goes like this. If it carries on okay, then I'll just leave it as it is. If it starts messing around again, I'll try and get a new spring. If you can't get a new spring, then I'll just get a non-return valve. They're not particularly expensive. Right, doing a left here, this just takes us up to Fran. Nice little pub, Brecknock Arms. Funny that, you've got Fran Station in Bellevue Green. I never understood that. Fran's a couple of miles up here. Right, let's here we go. Lots of power. It loves to rev. Goes into the corners really, really nicely. Pick it down a bit. Little bit of braking. Not moving around apart from the phone. That's moving about, Benny. I haven't got a GoPro, as you can probably guess, but I've got one of those phones that folds, that flip, and it's actually perfect for putting on the dash like this, so that's pretty good. I will be getting a GoPro at some point or other. So we've taken those revs up to 3,500 revs, absolutely fine. It loves to rev this car, it really does, it sounds superb. So every time you get going a bit, start enjoying it, you come up against the traffic, it's a bit unfortunate. You don't want to be going down these little lanes too fast anyway. You want to be obviously within the speed limits, but a lot of these country lanes have a speed limit, the national speed limit. Now to do 60 mile an hour down some of these lanes would be absolutely ridiculous. So you've got to use your brain. If you can't see a lot around the corner, make sure when you're going around that corner that you can brake within the space that you can see. So if you're going around the corner and you've got 100 yards, you can stop dead at 100 yards fine. If it's much less, you've got to say, well, am I going at the right speed to be able to stop in that shorter distance? And that's what you need to be thinking about all the time. Especially, as I say, these little country lanes. Because on the motorbikes, the same thing as well. Only go around these corners as the amount as you can see around that corner. Whatever that amount you can see, that is your stopping distance. If you go around the corner and there's something stuck in the middle of the road, you're going much too fast to that corner, you're not going to stop in time, and you know what's going to happen then. You're going to bend some metal. Okay, right, you're out of the way then. Right, this is Fran. Lovely place, Fran. Beautiful green. Amazing views over there. On a bright summer's day, it's quite stunning. Got a couple of nice pubs in Fran as well. Got the Abergavenny Arms. Then on the old Fran High Street, you've got the George, which is again a lovely old country pub. Right, here we go again. Got to 2,500 revs, second gear. It's 30 mile an hour in third gear. We're doing 2,000 revs. Let's take up to 40 in fourth. We're back down to about 1,700 revs, 1,800 maybe. Car's performing beautifully. Water temperature is within the normal range, which is great. Yeah, it does fluctuate a little bit. Oil pressure is excellent. So we're 1,800 revs, and we have got about 45, 48 pound pressure on a fully warmed engine, which is where you want to be. It's perfect, exactly where it should be. Obviously brakes on these type, they're not bad. If you maintain the car, even an old car, maintain the brakes properly, they will work fine. It's when it's not maintained properly that they don't work as good. People go, oh, the brakes on them are rubbish. Well, actually, the brakes on this are okay. They're pretty good, but it is an older car with an older braking system, so just give yourself a little bit more space to the car in front, just in case you do have to stop fast. You want to make sure that you've got enough distance to stop without having to worry about panicking in case you're going to drive in the back of the car in front of you. So just use your common sense. It's got a long bonnet there, we hate to see that crumpled up, wouldn't we? So just keep a nice distance. And also, if you're not too near the car in front, you can see more what's going on the car in front of them. And as you can see now, we've got a good view all the way up the road. I'm not going to brake here, let the car slow down, using the engine, keep her tucked in. It doesn't wash out at all. There's no even hint of understeer. Obviously we're not doing much to make it oversteer, but in general the car handles really well. They're a well balanced car. They're so fun to drive. It's a car that I've always wanted, and bought this one about 5 years ago now. So we've now done 80,123 miles. When my son and I put the rebuilt engine in, it done 79,730. So we're approaching the 400 mile mark. 100 more to do, and then we can drop the oil and filter, and then we'll start opening up a bit more. I've got a long run coming up to Coventry soon, so I want to get the 500 miles under my belt, get the new fresh oil in it, then we can have another long run on that. Then I'm going to do another 500-600 miles, and then I'm going to do the same again, drop the oil and filter, and then open up a bit more. So hope you enjoy the run. Back home now. Speak to you soon.